Good Saturday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? Hey, Jay Parrish, how you doing? So I wanted to hop on real quick and discuss a couple of issues. Well, a couple of true crime stories that I want to share with you guys that I found very interesting. And one is actually a case from 2014 that is because of a petition that was signed. It concerns the death of a black woman. She lived in Forsyth, Georgia. Forsyth, Georgia is a sundown town. And if you guys aren't familiar with what a sundown town is, a sundown town is a town that where black people are not welcome in that town. And at one point in time, they were ran out of this town, which made it an all-white town. And the saying used to go where don't let N-word, don't let your black A be caught is sundown in this town. So that's what a sundown is. But since then, black people have moved back to Forsyth, Georgia, but it's still considered a sundown town. So this black woman in 2018, she died at a what they were calling an adult sleepover. She was the only black woman at the adult sleepover, and all of the rest of the women were Anglo women. And her death was ruled an accident. They said she fell off a balcony because she was drunk, but that is not the case. So we're going to get into that. And also, there's a story going around. An incident happened last Wednesday of a biracial teen. She was actually lit on fire by a group of 4 white men, and they're calling it a hate crime, and it's been investigated as a hate crime. But before we get into all of that, well, good morning, everybody. Once again, Jen, Kings Mina, I don't know if I said Jay, but Jay Parrish. Good morning, everybody. Right? Thanks, you guys, so much for joining me this morning. I really appreciate it. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk about something that I heard on YouTube, and I'm actually going to play the audio. So there's this YouTuber, this male YouTuber in YouTube, and he is, I'm not going to say his name, but he is pretty much going around gloating about the incidences that we've seen online about some black women being attacked. He speaks about the incident in which the young black woman was attacked. She was hit in the face with a skateboard. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but there's video of this black dude. He was trying to talk to this black girl, and she didn't want to talk to him, and he commenced to hit her in the face with a skateboard, right? And it was another incident that he spoke about. Oh, and he's saying that he's pretty much gloating, saying that he's amazed basically that black women are online crying, saying that we don't have no protection, and that's what you get because that's what you asked for. And he's saying he's saying that this is the spirit of Lilith. You're cursed with the spirit of Lilith. Do you see? I think I did a video on who Lilith was. If you don't know who Lilith is, this is so remedial, this whole video. But I'm gonna play a little bit of it because I'm absolutely disgusted by this dude. This dude is married and he has a female daughter. Okay, so I'm thinking. So when you're talking about this and you're so gleeful that these incidences of domestic assault are going on, or you're not thinking about your own child. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I don't know if his daughter is just really, light hued in skin color, because we come in our colors, or if his wife is white. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm confused by that because he has a lot of animosity towards black women. So I'm thinking surely his wife is not black, and he has this much animosity towards black women. So anyway, he's gleeful. He's happy about it. He says that there are plenty of guys online happy about these videos coming out about these black women being assaulted, and this is what you get for saying you want to be independent, for saying you don't want to have nothing to do with us. You asked for this. A lot of this other stuff is going to happen. Now, I don't know where these videos are of these women that are crying and saying that they're not protected and wondering why they're not protected by black men. I don't know who these women are, because a lot of us know that black men can't even protect themselves. So he said there's a lot of men online happy about that, right? I'm thinking, well, who are these women? Because we black women know that, collectively, the black man can't even protect himself. Do you see what I'm saying? So why would we be thinking collectively that he is going to protect us in any kind of way? I'm thinking, is he delusional? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, where is this coming from? This is our lies, and you're gloating about domestic violence. You're happy because women are getting assaulted. You're saying we're cursed with the curse of Lilith. It's our fault. It's what we asked for. And not only is black men killing you or beating you, it's our men killing you. White men, black men, Arab men, they're all killing you. And I'm thinking, don't you realize, fool, that number one, you're gloating about assault, and you're gloating about domestic violence incidences or whatever kind of assault incidences. You're gloating about that. You're saying that we asked for that, because you said you want to be independent. It's somehow our fault. Collectively black women's fault that some black women have to endure these cases of domestic violence and all of this and all that, and it's not our fault because you feel emasculated to the point to where you can't even protect yourself. But in an effort to cover up the fact, try to cover up the fact, the whole world knows that you can't protect yourself, including the black woman. Why would black women be online? And if you are a black woman, why are you online asking why the black man is not protecting? You know he can't even protect himself. Okay. So I'm just taken aback by the fact that you have a wife, you have at least one black child, because she's gonna be considered black in America, because she got a little melanin in her skin, even if she's biracial. I don't know if she is or not. Do you see what I'm saying? But just in case, she's gonna be considered a black woman. Do you see what I'm saying? So what about your child? Do you think your child is going to be somehow different? Like, I'm confused about that. There are a lot of men that have daughters that come online and spew all types of hate towards women. I'm thinking, well, what about your child? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't get that, but it's amazing. But anyway, let me cue this little video for y'all. Like I said, I'm not gonna say the idiot's name, but you can hear via the inflection in his voice. I just wanted you to hear. I'm not even gonna play the whole video. I just wanted you to hear some of what the idiot was saying. Okay, I might need to play the whole video, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And these are the type of men that are in this sector, that some women, because you got a whole lot of women under the video co-signing what this fool is saying. He's trying to say when you are assaulted or you are murdered or a domestic violence happens to you. Oh, he talks about a woman that was thrown in a trash can. I saw that video by some young black men and all this and all that. I'm thinking, while you gloating about this, don't you realize it is making you're making yourself vulnerable pretty much, because you can't even protect yourself. So why would black women think that you can? Why are they online? And I don't even believe it, thinking that you can protect them when you can't protect yourself. And he's also in his feelings about that Rolling Stone cover that they can't let go of. It was a black man that created that Rolling Stone cover where you have the black woman and the child out front of the George Floyd riots and stuff like that. They are upset because the black man is not represented. Well, it is a black man that chose to create that cover for Rolling Stone in the first place. Even that black man knows that you can't protect yourself. He knows that he can't protect himself when it comes to the United States of America in particular. Not only in America, but throughout the diaspora. You have allowed yourself to be emasculated. and you want to blame the black woman. So you're going online and you gloating and you proud of the fact every time one of these stories come up, it makes you feel good inside. You know, you jumping for joy and you praising women being assaulted. What does that say about you? What does that say about your humanity? And instead of you blaming the black woman, you need to blame those individuals that are so sick in the head that they want to put somebody in a trash can, that they want to hit somebody in the face with a skateboard, or they want to assault, whatever race, want to assault a black woman, you know, really any woman, because domestic violence is not only a black woman's something that black women have to deal with. Domestic violence goes across the board, but you want to highlight in particular these incidents of black women being assaulted. That just shows how much of an idiot you are, how much you disdain you have for a black woman. So as your black daughter gets older, are you going to exhibit some kind of disdain for her, your own black child? And what is it that you are, you know, you might not be calling her these derogatory names, but don't you think she's hearing what you say online about black women? She's a black woman. So what is it doing to her psyche? You are abusing your child verbally via the commentary that you put forth online. Whether she's hearing it at the time or not, she will eventually hear it. She's been on your videos. Do you think she's not checking for you online? Even if you don't know she's checking for you online. She's checking for you online. So what are you saying to her without saying it to her? You have to be mindful of this when you have children, okay? So she's going to grow up thinking, well, my daddy don't love me. He don't love black women. I'm a black woman. He don't love me. He wants this to happen to me. See, these are the things that these idiot males, these beta males, if you will, don't even think about. You see, and the real problem that we're having in this black community is we have very few alpha males, okay, in our midst anymore. They are very few. They are all but emasculated. Okay, that is why they whine and cry online. That's why they feel so that it's so a blow to them, their psyche. Do you see what I'm saying? Or their ill-placed ego when you reject them. Is it any wonder why you have black women that choose to raise their black children alone? Nobody wants to raise their child alone, but if you don't have a choice, what else is you gonna do? That's what I want to know. So anyway, I'm going to cue this video, and then we're going to get into our true crime stories. But I really want you guys to hear this video because I'm absolutely disgusted when I hear anybody, man or woman, come online and glorify violence against women. Glorify domestic violence. You are sick if you are happy about something like that. Not only glorifying violence against women, but if you glorify violence in general against a man, a woman, or a child, you are a sick individual. It is something wrong with you. You are morally corrupt. You have a reprobate mind. You are sick and demented in the head, and you are a domestic violence voyeur. Okay, now I don't know if you might not even hit your woman, but you get your rocks off every time you see one of these videos about violence being perpetrated against a woman. Okay, that is your type of porn. You get off on it. Okay, and that is sick. It is really sick, like I said, because you have a female daughter. Okay, and that makes me side-eye you. All right, so anyway. Moving forward, let me cue the video so y'all can hear for yourself, okay? Like I said, I am not going to say this idiot's name, but some of you guys might recognize his voice, and it is what it is at this point, because I was like really taken aback by this, you're so happy to say that that's what you get, that's what you wanted, that's what you get. I'm thinking, what? Okay, anyway, hold on, y'all. Let me see. The video is 13 minutes long. Do you guys hit the one if you want to hear the whole video, or if you want me to just play half of the video. Hit the one. It's going to be up to you guys. It's depending on how long you can take it. I'll play the whole video if you guys want me to, or just a portion of it. Can somebody let me know what they want me to do? Okay, because I even hate to play the video, but y'all need to hear this. Y'all want me to play the whole video? Okay, that's what we'll do. No problem. Hold on 1 second here. Sorry about that. We'll play the whole video. Here we go. So the title of this video is called The Spirit of Lilith. Do you guys know who Lilith? I think I did a video, like I said earlier, about Lilith. Lilith was in the Bible. He's talking about Lilith. Lilith is Adam's first wife. Eve wasn't Adam's first wife. Eve was actually Adam's second wife. Lilith, she felt like she didn't want to stand behind Adam and be his helpmate. She felt like she was created equal to him, so she didn't want to be subservient to him. So she defied God and left the Garden Eden and hid from Jesus. That's what the story is in the Bible. She was later found by an angel, turned into a demon, and she's supposed to be, and I guess he's saying that we are cursed with the spirit of Lilith because some of us refuse to be behind a man and let him treat us any kind of way. Okay, yeah, I did do a video. If that video is still up, I'm going to link that video in the discussion box when the video ends so that you guys can check it out, because this ain't about Lilith. It's about this idiot. I just cannot with these people. Okay, I cannot. So anyway, I'm going to play the whole video. And here we go. Like I said, the title of the video is The Spirit of Lilith. Thank you for the super chat, biggest a-hole ever. Appreciate that. Well, anyway, here we go, y'all. Let's listen to what this idiot. Let's listen to him glorify violence against women, because that's what he's doing. Like, he's braggadocious. He's gloating. He's happy. Listen to the inflection in this idiot's voice. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Here we go.
Ladies.
If you can hear it, press the 1, please.
Things need to be said. So in the last 72 hours, we have footage of a young black male literally nearly breaking the jaw of a black woman with a skateboard because she rejected his advances. And then we have the footage of young black men throwing a black woman into a dumpster, apparently because she's a bit older than the guys, and she was putting advances towards one of them, and the second advance she did, it went left, and yes, they threw her in a garbage dumpster, an industrial dumpster. And then, of course, the young men all recorded while laughing and cackling like schoolgirls. Then, I think the week prior, some female African activist was found murdered by her African ex-lover. Then, even prior to that, now we're seeing a spike in interracial killings, with white men killing their black spouses and mates. So all I'm seeing on timelines is, why are the black men killing us? Who is going to protect us?
Let me pause right there. Can y'all, if y'all have seen a video with that type of title, why are the black men killing us? Why are they not protecting us? If you can find a video with that title, will you please put it in the comment section so I can go see this video? Because, like, this guy sounds delusional to me. But anyway, let's continue.
So on and so forth. Well, the short answer is nobody's coming to protect you.
But we've been knowing that nobody's coming to protect us. That's why we protect ourselves. What is he talking about? I'm confused. Like, but anyway, let's continue.
Because your 30-year-old mother and your 40-year-old grandmother have convinced 2 generations of women that the men are not needed or not necessary, not desired.
Now, this is him victim blaming, and he's blaming women want to be independent on what your grandmama and your aunties or whoever he said told you about. You have to be dependent. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, number one, the grandmama didn't have to tell you that this man ain't gonna protect you. The men in your community are telling you or letting you know that not only are they not going to protect you, they're not going to provide for you. Okay, they don't like you. They want to commit domestic violence upon you. So society is telling you this, not your grandmama. Okay, your grandmama is telling you to protect yourself. Okay, don't let these bums run all over you and do what they want to do to you just because they want to do it, because they got fragile, emasculated egos. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
Wanted. Okay, you have scores of women saying they only want the baby and not the father to come attach with the baby. Yeah.
Now, when in the world, okay, in the history of the world, has a woman ever had a baby? You know, but there are some cases, but he's making it seem like all black women want to have babies and not have the father be involved. Okay? I don't know where he's getting this from, but it's absolutely disgusting to me. But anyway, let's continue. See, he's also, you know, he's making, you know, when the deadbeat dad thing, he's saying it's the woman's fault because your baby daddy is a deadbeat. Okay, this is what he's saying in so many words. All right.
Scores of stud women having children with no inkling of wanting to be bothered with the man. Okay. Now, okay. The old heads that you would think would come to your aid, listen, us old heads are either married off, bitterly divorced, or if they even entertain you, they're going to make you jump through so many hoops of fire that you may deem it not worth it.
Number one, what old heads is he talking about? That's what I don't understand. What old heads are you looking to defend you? Because we know that black men can't, like I said earlier, even protect themselves. Why would you be looking to an old head, in his words, to protect you? This doesn't make any sense. What he said, they married off or they done went through a bitter divorce. That is ridiculous. Nobody, no women that I know in my world, you know, or is butthurt because men. Moreover, black men, since that's who he's talking about, because these black men aren't protecting us across the board collectively. We kind of know the deal about that. So, but you know, these cats like it's on YouTube, they live in a world of delusion. They live in an alternate reality. Okay, it's like freaking ridiculous. I'm not expecting any man, especially some man I don't even know, to run to my aid. Honey, that's why I got a gun, so I can protect myself. Who are you? That's what I want to know. And why do you think that you special? And why do you think that we, even black women across the board, even expect something like this to happen on a collective basis? That is not even logical. That don't make no sense. And anyway, let's continue.
And then you have these ravens. I call these new niggas ravens. These new niggas that are ravens. Remember the wrestler? All my old heads.
Talking about men now.
The wrestler Raven. He would sit in the corner of the ring and always espouse these deep, dark, emo rants, and he would always end the rant with, "What about me? What about Raven?" So yes, you have these Raven new niggas that now they get a few accomplishments in life. Now they turn into pick-me's and say, "Hey, because I have this, now you're gonna have to fight for me." These men are not going to protect you. Okay.
Well, now I will say that he's right about that. He's calling these beta males, he's calling them ravens. These men are sissified, honey, and they want to be you. So no, they are not going to protect you because they want to be you. Okay, now he's right about that. These new Negroes, as they call it, they're not going to protect you. But we all know this. They would rather lie amongst themselves as opposed to lying with you or having a relationship with you anyway. They want to cling to one another. Okay. And it gets so bad that a lot of men have become so emasculated in our community that they want to compete with you. They think they can put on better weave and makeup than you. They think they can buy boobs bigger than yours and fake butts bigger than yours in order to compete with the same men that you are competing with, and they are men. Okay, let's continue.
And then the biggest question of all is when the footage is released, the first thing these women ask is, well, who's raising these men? Well, I can tell you who's not raising these men. It's fathers. It's men.
Yeah, they're not raising their sons. You know why? Because they left. Okay? And it ain't because every woman in the world wants to have a child and not have the father in his life. Okay, most of them are deadbeat dads. So no, they're not raising their sons because they don't want to be responsible or accountable for their seed. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
So now you're dealing with 2 to 3 generations of the results of women not wanting to be dealing with men, or not wanting men to assume their natural place as co-parent, parent.
Oh, that's a lie. That is false. That is a lie. Let's continue. They refuse to assert themselves as head of household without dysfunction. Nobody ain't gonna sit around and let them beat on you just because you got a deflated ego and you scared to strike out against your true enemy, the ones that truly put a target on your back, which is the Anglo patriarchal male. So you take it out on the black woman. That means you are lacking, you are weak, and you are less than. It is not the black woman's fault because she got to do what she got to do. She's not sitting around crying and waiting on you and begging you to take care of her kids, because that ain't gonna keep put food on the table, and it ain't gonna keep clothes on their back or shoes on their feet. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
Head of household, whatever the case may be, to help raise these children and preventing them from becoming wayward adults and youths. So now, for some odd reason, people think, or women think, the laws of nature, the laws of cause and effect, the laws of correspondence, the laws of attraction don't apply to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You use those against men all day. Because, you say, men, well, that's what they get. They deserve it. That's what they attracted to themselves. They brought it on for themselves. Bad choices, blah, 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 blah. So if an entire race of people is under a curse or is under judgment, right, that falls on the women and children as well, people. An entire race of people, it doesn't just fall on the man. The women and children are also cursed. Okay, they also were in the wilderness for 40 years.
Now he going all the way back to now. This cat supposed to be a self-proclaimed Luciferian. Why do you keep referring to stories in the Bible if you are a self-proclaimed Luciferian? Why are you talking about the curse of Ham when you're not even telling the truth about the curse of Ham, which don't only affect women or the spirit of Lilith, just like just we're all cursed because we're black. That is so disingenuous and remedial and lame as F, to where simple. This dude is just simple-minded, just stupid, and I'm confused. But he over here backpedaling and bussy bopping for other men, trying to excuse men for their dysfunction, for their lack of integrity, for their lack of wanting to be the head of household, for their part in their self-emasculation. Okay, so anyway, let's continue. But it's your fault, woman. It's your fault because your baby daddy don't want to help you take care of your responsibility. Okay, y'all both's responsibility. You see what I'm saying? He done ran away because he can't be a man and take care of something that he can't help create. But it's your fault. It ain't his fault. It's a curse's fault. It ain't them. It's you, black woman. Okay, let's continue.
All right. So now, what happens moving forward? Well, more of the same. You're going to have more women. Like I said, many months prior, you're going to see more and more women become victims of attack, abuse, murders, killings, raping. It's going to be more and more mainstay.
Disgusting.
Sad to say.
What do he mean by it's going to become more and more mainstay? Women have for centuries been having to deal with cases of domestic violence and vicious assaults against them. Do you see what I'm saying? So how is this brand new, right? This is a brand new occurrence. This just now starting, and you're going to be seeing more and more cases of this. But it's your fault. The reason why you're going to be seeing more and more cases of this. Okay. So let's continue.
Listen, women asked for independence and empowerment. The universe said, okay, we're going to give it to you. Now you got what you asked for. Now it's too much.
You hear that? You got what you asked for, independence and empowerment. You got what you asked for, and the universe gave it to you. And now that's what you get. Okay. Yeah, if they're asking for it, that's right. Due process. He said you asked for it, now you getting it. You asked for it. The universe is giving it to you, giving you all this domestic violence that you asked for, and now you're getting it, and now you're crying about it. It's your fault. Okay, let's continue.
You thought it was. You signed the contract.
Mm-hmm.
You entered a deal with Faust. You did a Faustian deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not practically what you thought it was be. Now you have to work.
You know, I can't stand a Negro that want to sound like deep or introspective and say something like you sound a Faustian contract, and that goes to his Luciferianism or whatever. You signed a contract, you made a deal with the devil, and now he done gave you what you wanted. That's what he mean by you sound you signed a Faustian contract. Nigga, you don't sound smart. You sound demented, crazy, and stupid. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
And then you have to do stress like men. And now you die early like men. And now people expect you to fight wars like men. This is what you asked for. So those that of us that can see this thing on the wall, the writing on the wall, we're like, well, that's what you asked for. This is
you asked to be murdered. You asked for domestic violence. You asked to be raped. This is what he said. You asked to be abused by strangers on the street. Okay? You asked for this, black woman. You asked for all of this abuse against you. You asked for all these hate crimes be committed, these domestic assaults be committed against you. This is what you asked for. Okay? That's what he said. Now let's continue.
What you put out, obviously, is what you're getting back. Now, like I said, I talk about men all day long. Yes, men need to do better, step up tenfold. But guess what? The women need to as well. So now maybe you might want to start not thinking with your loins and might start thinking with your head as far as what is the best.
Now, how is it that women only think with their loins as opposed to our heads? Because me as a woman, he is not a woman, but from my vantage point, we always think with our head and our heart. We think with our loins last. You're using this. You're using this reference in reference to women thinking with their loins or thinking with their vajayjays, when we know for a fact that it is men that think with their penis first. Okay? Our logic goes out the window when it comes to that sort of thing. So, but anyway, let's continue.
To raise a child, if you decide to bring a child into this demonic ass world at this point. At the end of the day, nobody's coming to save you unless you are already in some man's sphere of influence. Okay? The days of
I don't know who he think. What women? I don't know what women he live around. And he can say that nobody's coming to save you. Nobody is trying to. No, nobody thinks that y'all gonna save us. We know that we are unprotected. We have been unprotected forever. Even Malcolm X said that the black woman is the most disrespected and unprotected woman on the planet. So, knowing this, why would we now be thinking that all of a sudden you're going to protect us? I'm just, okay.
Man just running off rambunctious at the behest of a woman, shoot up an entire block because he hit me. Those days are long gone, or they're waning. Okay. I will do more of the arrogance of women. There's like two more parts I want to address.
No, it's the arrogance of men.
And like I said, and then now you see the time, the cover of Time magazine or Rolling Stone. I forget.
Here we go.
The woman with the child. So where's the man?
Yeah, where's the man?
Remember I think it was 2 years ago, Baltimore. The young man was on the front lines protesting. The young guy, and the mother came and beat him in front of the entire world for the world to see. And then only with our race of women do you have this open disdain for the men. Only our women will openly tell the world.
That's a lie. That's a damn lie. In the first place, white women in particular, we don't even have an open disdain for our men. If we had an open disdain for our men, we wouldn't be protesting and be on the front lines when it comes to something like George Floyd or all of these incidents of black men, being murdered, by police officers. We wouldn't be on the front lines advocating for equal justice. We advocate for the life of black men most times. Why don't we advocate for the life of black women? So how are we displaying open disdain towards our men, towards the men in our race? How is that working? It is you guys that display open disdain. Okay. I don't understand that. Like, where they do that? Where is he getting these things from? And as far as we are the only race of women that are supposed to be showing open disdain, that is a lie. Black women, white women, they show their open disdain for their white men on a day-to-day basis. It's called feminism. It's called the feminist movement. What is he talking about? He's a freaking idiot. But anyway, let's continue.
No, we don't need our men. We can do fine just by ourselves. And then when the world says, okay, there's a weakness, there's an opening, let's exploit it. And now the weakness and the opening is being exploited. You women are getting killed.
Is he not looking at what's going on the news? Don't he know that black men have a greater target on their back when it comes to being killed and shot down in the street like a dog via other men, via white supremacy, racism? You have a bigger mark on your back. Now, we have the biggest mark that we have on our back is from creeps like this, wanting to perpetrate domestic violence and other types of assault against women because they're too scared to stand up to the white man. Okay? But moreover, you have more. Oh, hey, Super Slides, that you? You're welcome for the energy. You needed it to get through my workout. Well, honey, let's continue. Hail Satan, praise be to God. Okay, let's continue. So anyway, I guess he wanted to jump on. I don't know if it's a troll, if it's him really, but if it's him, this is his video because he's a fucking idiot. Okay, let's continue. But yeah, my thing went out. Let's continue. Here we go.
And assaulted Chisley on camera. Now it's a problem.
And so black men aren't getting assaulted on camera. We just saw George Floyd murdered on camera. You know that George Floyd that you said that video was a hoax, Super Sly? Yeah. Okay, so really you're delusional. See, what the deal is, you want to live in some world of delusion, some what do you call it, some world of cognitive dissonance where black men aren't across the board emasculated, where black men are afraid to fight for themselves, and you mad at the black woman because she fight harder for you than you fight for you, because you are more afraid of the man than she is. See, your enemy is white supremacy, racism, honey. Your enemy is not the black woman. Your enemy wants you to bow down and pretty much, backpedal and pussy pop for him, which is what you do on your channel all the time, because you're always bigging up the white man via this white supremacy ideology mindset of yours, honey. Okay, of yours. Okay, so you don't want backpedaling and twerking for the man because you're scared of the man. But no matter how much ire you spit towards the black woman, it still ain't gonna change who your real enemy is. Okay? It's really ridiculous. But anyway, let's continue.
Can't close Pandora's box. The genie's not going back into the bottle.
Sure.
You have to let it run its course for however long it takes until the next generation of women.
Y'all listen to this.
Say, oh, Big Mama and Mama lied to us or led us astray.
Oh.
We need to come back into the fold as a one people.
Uh-huh.
Until then,
let me pause right there. When he says you need to come back into the fold as one people, what he means is you need to submit to the black man. And, back before domestic violence you were getting a lot of time in jail for men beating on women. He wants to go back to those days, go back to the 40s or the 50s where he could beat your ass with impunity and nothing wouldn't happen to him. That's what he means. He wants you to get in your place, which he thinks is behind the man, which is misogynistic bullcrap. Okay, but that's what he wants you to be, so he can feel better about his emasculated self. Okay, now that is what he's saying. In case I just want to mention it. Here we go.
For this, you're gonna have more men gloating gleefully at the.
You're gonna have more men gloating and gleefully, like he's doing. Is that what he's talking about? Gloating gleefully and saying you need to be in your place. That's why it's happening to you. That's why you're getting domestic violence perpetrated against you. That's why you're being assaulted. That's why you've been beaten, murdered, and raped, because you need to get in your place. Okay, let's continue.
The trials and the tribulations that women are going through. Sadly, I'm not a fan of it, but these guys have been chomping at the bit for the last 20 years to see videos of women being hit in the face with skateboards. These guys have been waiting, salivating at the chance to speak on videos of women being thrown in dumpsters. Just had a black YouTube sister get murdered last week by her abusive ex. There are men out here clapping, happily cheering at the fact that you're at your death and demise.
And he smiled when he said that. And if you are not for it, then why are you uplifting it? Why are you so gleeful and joyful yourself about it? If you're not happy about it, you're right along in that bunch of emasculated males that's clapping and getting their whole life when they see videos of women being assaulted or murdered or raped or all kind of acts of violence being perpetrated against them. See, you in that category. That's what you like to see. You're really saying more about yourself than any other man. Okay, let's continue.
At your fall. So don't know what it's going to take, but us old heads, we got our women in order.
What do he mean by having his women in order? Like, is he married to a white woman and she do whatever he say? What about your daughter? You have a daughter, idiot.
Are in order. Our daughters and nieces are in order.
Y'all hear that?
These new Raven niggas are not going to step up to the plate to protect you.
No, they're not. We have to protect them.
That being said, some things just need to be said. This has to be said. I've seen a lot of women online upset, at black men kill. No, it ain't just black men killing y'all. It's white men too. It's men, period. Okay? It's men of all races killing you. Not only killing you, it's Arab men, Asian men, black men, white men. That's pretty much all.
They're so disingenuous. They're only killing black women, though. They're not killing their own women. They're not doing. They're just coming over to find random black women, and they're killing black women. They don't commit domestic violence and assaults and rapes and murders on their own women. They're just killing black women. You see what I'm saying? It's just, and then we're not even going to talk about the Arabs, the way that they treat their women, their wives, their mothers, their daughters. Okay, those women get treated far worse than any black American woman. Okay, they can kill their women if they want to, just cause whatever. If they feel like you embarrass their family, they can kill you. Okay, legally kill you. They can take you out in the middle of the street and stone you to death, or they can set you on fire or kill you whichever way they want to kill you, just cause they want to. Okay, so he think that we're supposed to be. He want us to submit and be treated the way the Arab women are being treated. But they're not killing their own women like that. They're just killing us. They're killing black women like that. You see how that works? They ain't killing their daughters or their mothers or their wives. No, they're killing us. You see what I'm saying? What do they call honor killings or something like that? It's a term that they use for the way those Arab men treat those women. It's a reason why they have to cover themselves from head to toe, and even they can't expose nothing but their eyes. They think that if the man sees the woman's body or her body shape or all of her face or something, that he is gonna not be able to control himself and he gonna rape you or something like that. So that's why you got to have on these big old black clothes and cover your hair and all of this from head to toe. Okay, so he wants you to be treated like that. He gonna be good with that. That's what he mean by going back into the fold. Okay, so anyway, it's about over. Just a little bit more.
Four corners of the globe of men that have decided to, in their eyes, put you in your proper place or remind you of.
Did you hear that? Put us in. All men around the globe have decided to put us in our proper place. Let me try to rewind this a little bit so y'all can hear that real good. Let me try to go back. Hold on.
Races killing you. Not only killing you, it's Arab men, Asian men, black men, white men. That's pretty much all four corners of the globe of men that have decided to, in their eyes, put you in your proper place or remind you of the natural order of things. Unfortunately. And like I said, it's going to take a few years, maybe another generation or so for the beatings upside your heads to finally sink in and say, you know what?
Y'all hear that? It's going to take a few more generations of men putting the beatings upside your head before you return to your proper place. Okay, it's going to take a few more generations of being raped and mutilated and repeatedly beat on over top of the head by some men before you get put back in your proper place. Okay. Now, mind you, women, at the top of the video, I reminded you that he has a daughter. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
This ain't what we thought it was going to be. We were wrong. And guess what? These men are like children in some regards. They're going to sit in the corner and pout and wait for you to say, I was wrong. I messed up. I'm sorry.
They're going to be waiting a hell freeze over.
Really, women, these young kids, these young guys, listen, they've already placed your line in the sand. They've already shown you how they view women. Don't view them as weak, or they don't view them as they need help. You know what I'm saying? They view you as competitors. Hey, you can take a punch just like I can.
You hear that? Now he's really telling the truth about that. He's saying these young guys, view you as competition. You know why they view you as competition, honey? Because you competing with them for men. Okay, they don't see they view you as competition because he's not telling you is they want to lay with themselves. They're competing with your vagina, okay? Because they want what you want, which is a man. Okay, that is the competition. Why is he not telling that? That's why they are competing with you, because they want the same thing you want, and that is a eggplant emoji. Okay. So anyway, it's about over. A few more minutes. Hold on.
There it is. There. I don't know what else to say or how to put it. It's a curse. Judgment.
Here it comes.
Yes. Women and children are falling under this judgment as well. So
we're cursed.
To the point where men, it doesn't help when I see videos of women twerking in front of cops, in front of cops with guns, and then the sister try to justify talking about you don't know your body, this, and then the women were celebrating the men twerking. So you had black women cheering black men that were twerking in front of cops. And then when us dinosaurs see this, and you think we're going to deem y'all worthy of savior?
Did he really? Now, I haven't seen this video where black men and women were twerking in front of cops. I don't even know what he's talking about, but is there a video out there like it? Because that's absolutely disgusting. Why would black men be twerking for Anglo cops. Do you think that if they want your booty, they're gonna not shoot you in the back? Is that why they're twerking? Anyway, thanks for the super chat. She said, I appreciate it. Excellent breakdown of one of our broken. Absolutely, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then I said thank you for that preview. Yeah, I did say. Anyway, it's about over, y'all. Here we go. He about to close.
You think the laws of nature are going to say, maybe it's time for us to intervene? No, that's not how it works. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy with an opinion. Unfortunately, we're going to see more and more of black women getting their asses handed to them on camera, black men recording and laughing in the background.
Wow.
And then, of course, the same rhetoric will be, who's raising these men? And why are black men killing us? When in fact, it's all men that are like a wolf. And you are the little Red Riding Hood.
Is that right?
You know, salivating.
Oh.
Y'all have a good one, peace.
Ugh, absolutely disgusting. Anyway, that was the end of the video. And no, he wasn't on the front line, Slayer Jim. He said it was a hoax. You know, when it comes to the George Floyd protest, he was backpedaling and bussy popping for the white man. Okay, praising the white man for having guns when they was trying to rush the Michigan House or some, you know, whatever up there. He was praising them. And he said that the George Floyd incident was a hoax at first, and then he changed his mind. You know, so yeah, This is hard to listen to without getting. Yes, that's why I had to share it with you guys. My mouth was to the floor, and my mouth was on the floor because what he's doing is he's validating these women, these black women that say we are not going to protest for you. We are not going to support you. Let the white man kill you. I'm gonna sit back in my femininity. You know, that's something that's something the man started talking about. You know, on here, they always talk about femininity of this, their definition of femininity, which their definition of femininity is pretty much submissive and letting this black man treat you any way that he want to treat you. So they get upset and when these women say, well, I'm not going to support you at all. I'm just going to sit back and relax in my femininity. Ain't that what you want me to do? You know, they feel away. But y'all heard this whole, but this right here, this is really sorry about that. This is pretty light. I've heard videos much worse than this. This guy he wants to seem like he's impartial. Do you see what I'm saying? He's really just some kind of deep introspective thinker when you're pretty much nothing more but a verbal abuser, or online verbal abuser. You have been emasculated for whatever reason to the point where you feel like you have to repeatedly lash out against women for whatever reason. Do you see what I'm saying? He probably hopefully not even married to a black woman, because his woman is put in place. She's put in her place. She know better than to do A, B, C, or D. You see how that works? This is the mindset of these people. That's why when I made that video the other day, and many videos telling you women, don't fool with these people, especially the ones you meet online, and be leery, make better choices when you're fooling with them across the board in general, because you might end up with something like this. Okay, you might end up with somebody that's glorifying domestic violence. What does that say about your humanity? And then somebody like that would answer, well, don't you know I'm a Luciferian? Didn't you see these big Luciferian tattoos? Honey, nigga, ain't nobody impressed by that. Why do you keep quoting the Bible on some, you're cursed with the curse of Lilith, with the spirit of Lilith, or we're all cursed. I guess he's talking about the curse of Ham. But if you're so much of a Luciferian, then why the hell are you worried about something like that? You're just a simple-minded, very unfortunate person. But anyway, move right along, because we're almost into an hour and I got to go. Let's talk about these two cases real quick. But I really wanted you guys to hear this video, because this is absolutely disgusting. I don't see a lot of women on here making videos about why the black men aren't supporting us, because like I said earlier, we don't respect it anyway. You can't even save yourself. How the hell you think we turning around and wonder why you ain't trying to save us? We do more advocating for you than you do of us. The fuck? Excuse my French, but I'm just saying. Just weird. The whole thing is just weird. Oh, he supposedly has an open marriage. Then that means he's weak. He's even more weak. Okay? That's a whole nother video about the open marriage stuff. That's weak as I'll get at right there. Okay? But I guess that's the Luciferian state of mind. Is that what we doing? Okay. Anyway, I'm not impressed. Whatever. Moving right along. Sorry about that, guys. That video took up my whole hour almost. But like I said, I really want you guys to hear that disgusting. And it is a lot of men like him online. Even sometimes they get even more vulgar. Okay? All right? But it ain't you, honey. It's them. And y'all all heard it for yourself. Now you understand why I say, please, divest from the abuse. Okay, divest from the abuse. Okay, now I can't wait. I guess he feels froggy, and it's gonna behoove him to make a response video. I wasn't even coming for him. I didn't even want to say his name, but he somehow ended up on my video. Okay, had to make a response. Now, if they say a hit dog, a holler, right? So, if I'm so wrong about your video, why would you feel the need to hop on my video and comment about it? Huh? But anyway, moving right along. First thing we're going to talk about is getting back to my original topic. Let's talk about the unfortunate case of a black woman by the name of Tamla Horsford. Tamla Horsford, she was found dead after a what they call an adult slumber party. So let me share my screen so we can talk about this. Because of the George Floyd investigation and also the state of Georgia in particular, a lot of people, turn up dead and it's explained the way it's always accidental or suicide in Georgia in particular, to the point to where Georgia has now, and I can't believe they didn't have one. I assumed all 50 states had some kind of hate crime bill, but Georgia doesn't have any hate crime laws. Do you see what I'm saying? But a hate crime bill has been introduced after light was shed on Ahmaud Arbery and what happened to Ahmaud Arbery. They have now, I don't know if they passed it yet, but they've introduced a hate crime bill in the state of Georgia. But if you can recall, not only has Georgia I keep saying George, Ahmaud Arbery case, if that video was never leaked by George Floyd's, one of his old coaches, we would not. Yes, absolutely. Forsyth County is a sundown town. Yes, it is, Estelle. I talked about that. I told everybody what that was earlier, but you're absolutely right. So if that video was never leaked, we would have never found out about what happened to Ahmaud Arbery. They tried to bury that. Do you see what I'm saying? If you guys can remember back to 2013, a little 17-year-old by the name of what was the fella's name? Can't think of his name. The little boy that was Kendrick Johnson was found rolled up in a mat. They said it was an accidental death. Do you see what I'm saying? Clearly, it was a murder. The people suspected of allegedly killing Kendrick Johnson were two white boys that went to school with him. The mom said that he had been repeatedly into it with these two little white boys. Their father was a Georgia Bureau of Investigations, a GBI officer, and people are alleging and have been alleging that his father covered up the murder that his two sons committed. And not only that, people were thinking that Kendrick Johnson, at first they were saying that they believed he was killed and his organs were harvested, only to come to find out that now people are alleging that the reason why Kendrick Johnson's organs were removed is not just to harvest them. His organs were removed in an effort to cover up what time Kendrick Johnson died, as well as how he died. There were 3 autopsies. The first autopsy that came, this is Valdosta, Georgia, right here. The first autopsy came back and said it was, pretty much he smothered himself to death, rolled up in the mat. That was disproved. The second autopsy said that he died from blunt force trauma, as well as the third autopsy said he died from blunt force trauma. But many people for many years have alleged and they believe that his father, the FBI investigator for Georgia, believed that he covered up the crime. They have a lot of good reason to, to think that, and I think it as well. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of us thinking. But there was a petition with over 1 million signatures on it given to the FBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, because they wanted the case, in light of what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, they wanted the case reopened and reinvestigated. The GBI said that the case is closed and it's going to remain closed. That's what they said. But in the case, and that's unfortunate. We know that Kendrick Johnson's family was harassed. Kendrick Johnson, the family tried to sue, pretty much the police officers, the GBI, whoever else they could sue. They were really seeking justice for their son. Those things were turned around on them, and they were sued, and they were made to pay upwards of $300,000 in court fees and stuff because they were only trying to find out what really happened to their son. Do you see what I'm saying? There was a witness that came forth and he said that he knows what happened to it. They started harassing the witness in order to shut him up. But all of this is going on in Georgia. Okay, hence this hate crime bill that's been introduced. And also what's going on, there has been another petition. Like I said, I'm going to share my screen. I just want to mention Kendrick Johnson real fast because that's come back up as well because of all those signatures on that petition. And the GBI refuses to reopen his case. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. So it's just disgusting what happened to that child. Oh, and also they say that the reason why Kendrick Johnson was killed is because he was fooling with some little white girl that the little white boy allegedly killed him about. It's a woman involved. It was all because of a woman. It wasn't because of organ harvesting. Like I said, they removed his organs to cover up. They didn't want the investigators to find out his time of death. They removed all of his organs. They even cut off his tongue and removed his tongue so that they won't be able to tell the time of death, and stuffed his body with newspaper. And also, on a side note, the family first sued the funeral home because they thought the funeral home had sold his organs. But I never could figure out, did the body come to the funeral home without the organs? Why would it take the police 6 hours to call the coroner, to call the funeral home and the coroner? Why would it take them 6 hours? Why did they not properly investigate it when the organs were removed from the body? Because nobody could ever figure out if the funeral home removed the organs or if the organs or if his body came to the funeral home with the organs already gone. You see what I'm saying? All those things are the reason why they want this case reopened. But right now, the GBI is refusing to open the case. All right. But a petition, like I said, was also signed in the case of Tamla Horsford. But her case, they have decided to reopen her case. So I'm going to share my screen, like I said, and we're going to read this article real fast. I'm sorry this has gone on over an hour, but I got sidetracked by the nonsense, girl. But anyway, y'all, I'm sorry I said girl, I meant y'all. Hold on 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Did I click on the right one? Hold on. What am I sharing? Oh, my stuff didn't come up. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Hold on. Let's give it a few minutes and it'll pop up. I found this article. This article is from CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News News in Jacksonville. Okay, it popped up. So still, they say he was hit in the back of the head by a 45-pound weight, and blunt force trauma was his Kendrick Johnson's cause of death. Not he didn't smother in the mat. But anyway, so the title of this article that I found was "Petitions Spark Action. GBI reopens investigation into Tamla Horsford's suspicious sleepover death." And that is what we're talking about. Okay, guys. The article goes on to state that Forsyth County, Georgia, this is where the incident happened. And like I said, Forsyth, Georgia is a sundown town. So let's read a little bit. The article says protests and petitions in the midst of a resurged movement for law enforcement to re-examine what some are calling injustices have led the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to reopen an investigation into the death of a mother of 5. WSV-TV first reported on this suspicious death of Tamla Horsford in November 2018. Horsford was found dead after a quote-unquote after an adult slumber party with several other local mothers. Investigators concluded that she accidentally fell off a house balcony while intoxicated, which killed her, but friends and family have always disputed the results. Also, Horsford was the only black woman at this party. Okay, remember this is Forsyth County, Georgia. She's the only black woman there. The article goes on to state that Horsford was found dead in the backyard of a home in Forsyth County, Georgia, around 9 a.m. on November 4th, 2018. The coroner's death certificate listed Horsford's death as an accident. The report said that a fall from a deck caused multiple blunt force injuries and quote-unquote acute ethanol intoxication was a contributing factor. Horsford's family hired another medical examiner who found extensive injuries all over her body. Quote, it's impossible to get the injuries that she had from one fall. Horsford's best friend, Michelle Graves, told WSV-TV in an interview last year. Graves said she believed that there was, quote unquote, something awry with the story and with how Horsford lost her life. Here's a picture of this woman right here. She was a county employee and she was fired for accessing police reports into to Tamla Horsford's death. I'm wondering if she was she at the slumber party? Is she a friend or a family member of one of those white women that were at the slumber party? But anyway, she was fired accessing the death report. The article goes on to state that the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office announced last February they were closing the case because investigators had found no evidence of foul play in Horsford's death. This says, since then, a petition to reopen the investigation has amassed more than 500,000 signatures. Here's a picture. This is these are the women at the slumber party. And you see Tamla right there in the white and black PJ. She is the only black woman at this slumber party. This was a Twitter thing, and it says reopen the case too, hashtag Tamla Horsford. But these are the women that were at the slumber party, and you can see she is the only black woman there. Now, why black people trust white people to this degree right here, especially in Forsyth County, Georgia, is beyond me. Anywho, the article goes on to state that in a letter to the Horsford family, obtained and shared by WSB-TV, attorney Ralph Fernandez, this is the family's attorney, Ralph Fernandez says his office had done an exhaustive review of the case and believed Horsford was killed. So the family's attorney, after investigating the case itself, he believes that Tamla was killed. A quote states that it appears Tamla was involved in a struggle. There were abrasions consistent with that scenario. There were parallel scratches, to one arm. Since they were fresh, photos would not have proven recent use of defensive force, the letter said. There was one x-ray. There was one x-ray, yet the injury noted as the cause of death appears to be nowhere. The party was held at the home of a woman whose boyfriend, Jose Barrera, reportedly found Horsford dead, face down. Barrera called the police to report the death. Barrera, the boyfriend of one of the women, Barrera, who worked for the local courts, was fired for accessing documents related to the case, WSB reported. So the woman who owned the house where they were having a party. She is the one that worked for the courts, and she was fired for accessing the court documents in this case. Now, her boyfriend, or was it? Yeah, her boyfriend Jose is the one that said he found the woman dead in the yard. So this was an all-night sleepover, and it took you women, not even you women, it took the boyfriend to come home and find out that she was in the backyard. She had them fell, but all night y'all didn't know that she fell from the balcony, and this was some kind of adult sleepover. Nobody saw her fall from the balcony. And then she wasn't reported dead until 9 o'clock the next morning when the boyfriend found her. And you're going to go to court and access the case, and you were at the party. It is your house where this incident happened. But anyway, moving right along, goes on to say that witness statements are in conflict. A potential subject handled the body. Look, a potential subject handled the body as well as the evidence prior to law enforcement arriving, meaning they tampered with the body before they called the police. Okay, as evidence was disposed of and no inquiry followed. Nobody didn't ask any questions. This is what the attorney wrote. Quote, the scene was not preserved. A remarkable fact is that there was no photographs taken, during the autopsy of Tamla's body. This had to have been done at someone's directive because such a practice is unheard of. There was no evidence taken out of the house. The scene wasn't preserved. They didn't even take photos of her body during the autopsy. Okay? And so, yeah. Let's go on. Forsyth County, the article goes on to state, that says that Forsyth County, one of Georgia's 10 most populous counties, is an area known for its tense racial history. Like I said, this is sundown town. The article states that in 1912, county leaders forced all of its black residents out of the area. Author Patrick Phillips, who moved to Forsyth County as a child in the late 1970s, said he noticed Ku Klux Klan rallies in the area. This is the 70s now. Robed members have been seen there as recently as the 1990s. In 1987, in the midst of civil rights demonstrations, Oprah Winfrey hosted a program spotlighting the county's racial conflict. The county made headlines again in October 2016 when an elementary school staffer called Michelle Obama a quote-unquote gorilla on Facebook. I remember that. The article goes on to state that on Friday, WSB-TV obtained a letter that Forsyth County Sheriff Ron Freeman wrote to GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. He wrote to the director, Vic Reynolds. The letter states that, quote, renewed requests for reexamination are best served by an independent law enforcement agency to review previous findings and to search and act on any new evidence which may come to light, unquote. Freeman told Reynolds the sheriff's office would assist in any way possible, and GBI agents will have complete access to the case files, office, and deputies, as well as Freeman's full cooperation. The GBI said they will open an investigation based on Freeman's request. So the sheriff has requested the GBI come in and investigate. Okay, now this is a photo. This is another tweeted photo. This is from Mike Pechniak. Now, I don't know who Mike is. I don't know if he's an attorney or if he's a reporter, but it says breaking in an explosive letter, a lawyer for the family of Tamla Horsford, a Forsyth County woman who died under mysterious circumstances at a house party in 2018, says his review of evidence reflects that homicide is a strong possibility. That's what he tweeted. Does it say when he tweeted this? June 6, 2020 is when he tweeted that. This is the letter that was sent from the attorney to the Horsford family, and I had took a picture of it, but it's basically saying I believe she was killed. Basically, is what she was saying. What he was saying, and that's pretty much the end of the article, guys. So yeah, that was a letter. I don't know. I can't. If I click on it, I don't know if it's gonna mess up my stream or whatever, but I don't want to click on it. But basically, he's saying, in light of all this going on with the not only George Floyd but the Ahmaud Arbery case, there's a good chance that they're going to, reopen the case. And they did. They did. Yeah, absolutely. It will come to light, right? She said sundown town, so why was she drinking in the house? Well, evidently she thought they probably worked together. And she probably thought that they were all friends. She said, according to them, all the women went home the night before. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the report says. But, she got comfortable and she thought that they were all friends. What they were fighting about, we'll have to see if somebody confesses. But yeah, she was drinking there. She was invited to the party. She looked comfortable at first. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a setup, but she was invited there. She was invited. It was a sleepover, an adult sleepover. She probably worked with these women. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah. But anyway, guys, that's what happened. So we'll have to wait and see what the investigation, what the GBI is going to say about this. Clearly, there's some foul play involved. It doesn't even sound right. You got the woman that owned the house where the party went on, going to work, accessing the police report. And they said the stories are conflicting and it just don't sound right. And that's why so many people signed the petition. And, as well as the family is seeking justice. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try to keep an eye on this, guys. If I find out anything else, I'll come back and we'll do another video about it. It was a group of football parents. Is that right, Slayer Jim? I didn't know that either. Yeah, clearly it was a cover-up. I absolutely agree. It even sound like a cover-up. It don't even sound right. Do you see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. But anyway, guys, I want to bring that to you guys because I found it interesting. And also, real quick, let me see. Let me change my screen again. I don't know what I did wrong, but I just clearly. Oh, I forgot to stop the. Hold on, guys. I'm jacking up here. I forgot to stop the screen. Okay. Hold on a minute. Now we can go back to that. As soon as the screen clears out, I'm going to share the screen again. And real quickly, we're going to talk about what happened to this 18-year-old biracial girl in Wisconsin. So let me share the screen again. Let me try to pull up this other article. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, their kids played on a team. Is that right that the kids played on a football team together? Wow, that's deep right there. That's a whole nother issue. You know what I mean? Truth be told. So this article is from the Times, and it says that Wisconsin, now this happened on Wednesday, okay? But this past Wednesday, Wisconsin police opened a hate crime investigation after teen driver sprayed with lighter fluid and set on fire, okay? So this article was from June 26th. And this happened in Madison, Wisconsin. It says the article states that a biracial Wisconsin woman who says a group of white men set her on fire while she was driving wants her attackers to know they hurt her, but hopes they will improve themselves. Okay. So the article goes on to state that Althea Bernstein told ABC's Good Morning America for a Friday segment that she hasn't slept and doesn't have an appetite, but she called the attack in the state's capital city of Madison a quote unquote learning opportunity for her attackers. Okay. she says, quote, I'm very, very hopeful that these men sort of see all the responses and that they know that they hurt me and that this is something that's going to affect me for a while, she said, unquote. And I really hope that they choose to improve themselves. Now, mind you, this is a biracial teen. It sounds like she was raised by white people because, she wants them to know that they hurt her and she hoped that they're going to improve themselves. Y'all don't do this to me no more. Y'all hurt me, okay? Okay. The article goes on to state that this is part of the reason why I want to share this article, this with you guys in particular, because, child, honey. Anyway, the article goes on to state that According to a police report, Bernstein, an 18-year-old studying to become a paramedic, was attacked while driving in downtown Madison early Wednesday morning. A crowd of 200 to 300 protesters had pulled down two statues outside the state capitol building and attacked State Senator Tom Carpenter on the Capitol lawn. Someone also threw a firebomb into the city county building, starting a fire. Now, I had no idea all this drama was going on in Wisconsin, of all places. Ain't that where they cook cheese, make cheese or something? I'm like, what? Anyway, the article goes on to state. I'm sorry, I had to pause for a minute. The article goes on to state that Bernstein told the news website Madison365.com that she didn't participate in the protest and was driving to her brother's home. She said she had her window down while stopped at a red light and heard someone shout a racial slur at her. They probably called her N-word. Do you see what I'm saying? It goes on to state that she said 4 white men appeared, 2 dressed in black and 2 in Hawaiian shirts, child, and sprayed her with light fluid. One allegedly tossed a flaming lighter at her, setting her neck and face on fire. She said she, quote unquote, blasted through the red light, patted the fire out, and continued on to her brother's house. She later visited an emergency room where she said healthcare workers had to scrub her skin off. She said she will eventually need plastic surgery. Let me just scroll back. So this is her face, guys. Okay, let me scroll back down. Those are some of the burns that she incurred. I think it's kind of slow. But yeah, those are some of the burns that was on her. This is truly horrible. The article goes on to state that, quote, I never really knew someone could hate you just by looking at you, Bernstein told the website. Quote, they didn't know me. I didn't know them. I was just driving my car and minding my own business. The article states that she contacted police later Wednesday morning and gave them a statement on Thursday. The article goes on to state that the attack is being investigated as a hate crime with assistance from the FBI. Madison police spokesman Joe Despain said a detective has been in touch with Bernstein and is reviewing surveillance video from the area to see if any cameras captured the attack, he said. Madison, like other cities across the country, has seen protests since George Floyd, a black man in handcuffs died May 25th after a police officer pressed his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 8 minutes. Video shows Floyd saying he can't breathe before going limp. And like he said, since the world saw that, there have been plenty of people protesting for police reform and end against white supremacy, racism, social justice and everything else. So, but I didn't know that Michigan was dealing with these protests. So I guess she was profiled. They assumed that she was there for the protest, but she said she was just driving. I don't understand her mentality. Because I would have been pissed. I wouldn't have been saying, I hope they learned their lesson from this. You hurt me. So, yeah. But anyway, she's biracial. I'm thinking she was probably raised by, the non-melanated side of her family. So maybe that's why, she's saying the things that she's saying. Fashionista said she is clearly miseducated about who she is. Absolutely. They tried to murder her. They absolutely tried to murder her, And so, yeah. She said, now we can't drive with our windows down. It appears to be, So it's just crazy. But anyway, that is what I want to bring to you guys this morning. I am sorry this video went on as long as it did. I truly apologize. Well, we're not too bad. We're just 22 minutes over the hour. But I really want to bring this info to you guys, and especially when we talked about Kendrick Johnson as well as Tamla Horsford. And as well as Ahmaud Arbery. We've seen so many cases covered up, high profile cases being covered up by the police department, and even allegedly the GBI, because the suspected killers of Kenneth Johnson, their daddy was a Georgia FBI worker. And we've seen this happen time and time again in Georgia, in the state of Georgia. How much, what is, how much, I'm wondering how much murder, how many of these hate crimes have been committed that we don't even know about. I would assume that even more of them, have been covered up. That's what it sounded like to me. You see what I'm saying? And so it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like, we have to protect ourselves. You have to be leery of your surveillance, especially. And I'm thinking, did she not know the history of Forsyth County? See, I don't know. And she clearly thought she was safe with these women, or else she wouldn't have went to this party. I mean, she's the only black woman there. Well, how can you feel comfortable around these people? So it couldn't have been me. That's all I know. But, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I hope you guys found this video interesting this morning. And I'm sorry I had to take so long discussing that very disgusting video that we talked about, at first. I'm sorry it took so long, but it was absolutely beyond me. The gleefulness and joy in that fool's voice as he was saying those things that he was saying. I'm thinking, do you realize that this sounds crazy as hell? I don't know if he did, but anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I got stuff to do. I know you guys got stuff to do. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please like the video if you haven't on your way out the door. Please subscribe to the channel, if you like my commentary. And I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Once again, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Peace.